Hi, I'm Kathleen Applegate, and I am the author of this book, Crenshaw, which I was very excited to hear is a Bluebonnet selection this year. That is a tremendous honor, and I'm really thrilled, especially since I consider myself a bit of an honorary Texan. I graduated from high school in Houston and attended the University of Texas at Austin. So I think that makes me an unofficial Texan anyway. I'm going to answer a few quick questions about Crenshaw. Oh, where are my manners? This is my friend Crenshaw. We've known each other, I don't know, since I was a kid, forever, really. The first question I have here is, did you have an imaginary friend as a child? And the answer is, interestingly enough, no. I think maybe that's why I wanted to write a book about somebody with an imaginary friend. It always seemed to me like such a great way to have a friend. An imaginary friend will always listen to you, give you good advice. You can get rid of him when you want to. No, the regular friends are good too, but I'm just saying an imaginary friend always seemed like it would be a great idea. I had a lot of dogs and pets growing up, and I wonder if maybe they were sort of my version of an imaginary friend. I talked to them a lot, and of course, I had Crenshaw. Next question. Crenshaw is an unusual name for a character, real or imaginary. Why did you pick Crenshaw as the name of Jackson's imaginary friend? Jackson is the main character in my book. Well, I think that's pretty obvious. Obviously, I knew a Crenshaw. Although you are the only Crenshaw I have ever known, nothing personal. It is a very unusual name. And I thought an imaginary friend who was quite unusual should have an unusual name. In the case of this Crenshaw, he is an enormous cat, much, much larger than Jackson, the main character. And I just felt like he should have an unusual name. I don't know why a cat. Because obviously this Crenshaw, my real Crenshaw, is a dog, a wiener dog. Excuse me, a dachshund. And but I guess I just thought a cat would be kind of fun. Let's see. Many of your books feature animals as important characters. Why do you include so many animals in your books? Love them. I just think animals are fascinating. I wanted to be a vet when I was growing up. I always thought it'd be really fun. Had lots of animals growing up, and I just think it's really fascinating to think about communicating with them. And I think kids really relate to animals in a special way. Which of the characters in the story do you relate to the most? Good question. Not Crenshaw. Again, nothing personal. It's just I was more of a kid than I was a cat growing up, obviously. I suppose Jackson. Jackson is a very down-to-earth kind of kid, and he worries a lot, and I was a big worrier, and maybe that's why I relate to Jackson. But, the funny thing about writing is I think you often relate to all your characters in different ways. Let's see. Here's another question that I thought was interesting. What advice do you have for young authors as they learn to improve their skills? Well, that one's pretty easy. Read. Yeah, read some more. There's a reason for that. It's how you really learn about how to write. But I have two other ideas. One is be a good spy. It helps a lot when you're learning to be a writer to listen to conversations. It's okay to eavesdrop when you want to be a writer. Be observant. And this may sound a little weird, but it's actually very good advice. If you want to be a writer, it doesn't hurt to be a little weird. I know a lot of writers, and most of us are a little strange. But yes, I know. Um, it's important because you're looking at the world a little bit differently typically when you're an author. And the people who have peculiar, interesting takes on the world often write the most interesting books. Thank you so much for this chance to talk just a little bit about my book. And thank you, Crenshaw, for hanging out with me. I know you didn't get to say very much. And it's a great honor to be a part of your Texas Reading Year.